Welcome back to The Real University. Today we're going to be talking about hidden spells within the language, English language. This is why we call it spelling. A lot of people are already aware of this. However, I'm going to go over some words that have double meaning, meanings to them, behind them, which trick your subconscious mind. So the word grammar comes from the word grimoire, which is also known as the Book of Spells or a magic book on how to create magical objects like wands, amulets, how to perform magic spells, charms, and summoning and invoking supernatural entities, other side of this physical reality. So what you must understand is what you say in this physical world is also spells into the spirit plane. They cast spells into your mind. They cast vibrational frequency into your cells in the water. Water holds a lot of energy, so we're going to be going all over this. The subconscious mind takes everything as truth. Everything you say is truth to your subconscious. And you should know this by watching the Manifestation Mastery 2.0 course. I talk about this. This is so important that you understand this, because everything is truth within the subconscious. It only knows you. Your subconscious mind, if you watch the course, you should know this, it's responsible for 90% of your daily basis behavior. The thoughts that you are thinking on a daily basis, the things that you do, the things that you say, 90% of what you do and say and think you did yesterday, because of the subconscious mind holds all of your programs. What you say is molding your mind. What you state is truth in your mind. It does not know the difference between a joke or it takes everything literal. It is literal. Your mind is a manifesting supercomputer. And whatever you say into it, it says. This is why double meaning words have an effect. Is a tall king. You are either a tall king by talking, by using your words wisely, or you're a small king, because you create big or you destroy yourself with your words. So talking is Phoenician. This is phonetics. So this is etymology, is when you take the root words, but phonetic etymology is when you take the sound of the word. So talk and taw are the same, because when you talk, you're creating sound waves, which is a form of a light wave. And when light waves expand in all directions, it creates a torus field. And everything is torus fields. So if you affect one torus field, it affects every torus field in creation, as above, so below. So what you say is affecting the torus fields around you in your body. You are made out of these torus fields. This is why talking is torusing. You're creating light waves, sound waves, and you are permeating creation. And this is why the Bible tells you the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So the tongue is what creates these waves that we are producing when we talk or speak. Okay? So this is what we are essentially doing, creating sound waves. And these waves are vibrating and they affect the cells in our body and everything. This is why words are swords. This is why the word is within sword. They are swords, they cut, they damage, because frequency is the only thing that can penetrate you without your consent. In the very beginning, the Bible, John 1:1, it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God." This is obviously a metaphor. There was no spoken word out of a spoken mouth. It's basically saying God created the world with the use of cymatic frequencies, sound waves. Everything is sound waves, and this is observable. Geometry is the geometric shapes you see in the nature, like petals, how they're all perfect stars or 5-pointed stars or the Fibonacci sequence. This is all an effect of vibrational frequencies. It's all cymatics. Everything is created out of sound. Sound is the creation of the universe. So this is how powerful words are. It's a cymatic frequency. Hello. Hell. When you say hello, you're subconsciously implanting hell into your mind and the people around you's mind. This is why it's casting a spell. Even though you may pick up on it, but your subconscious picks up hell. That is what you're picking up. And that word holds a frequency. The word hell, when you hear the word or see the word, activates thoughts within your subconscious. It activates, it stimulates it. What is everything that resembles hell in your mind? But that goes on within the subconscious without you realizing. Bless. When I bless you, I'm actually saying be less. So you're not blessing someone. You're saying be less. Appreciate. Appreciate. Weekend is when you're weakened. You see, they've casted spells on our cycle of life. The weekend is when you're weekend. You are weakened from the weekdays, when the working days are the weekdays, and the weekend is when you're weakened and you rest. Because in the days, you are in physical or emotional shock, unable to think or react properly. This is the days you're in. You're in a daze in the weekdays. See? Parents are a pair who rents. Because you don't, well, in this, we do own our children, but in the system, we technically don't. You're a pair who rents. Slaughter. They want you to think that slaughter is laughter. You see how it's implanting messages in your subconscious to make these things okay? They want you to think slaughtering is okay, so they put the word laughter in slaughter. I'm telling you, people, the people who made this language are satanic. They are witch. These people are wizards. We're getting ran by wizards. Dark occultists and wizards. That is who we're getting ran by. And they've been running for thousands of years, and they know exactly what they're doing. They've covered all aspects. They've covered the language, the frequencies, the music, the food, the water. They control everything. In every aspect of your life, they have some part in it. And it's all occult knowledge through magic. It's all magic. It's all a form of magic. Awake. Awake is an event where the family and friends of a deceased gather before the funeral. That's awake. Why are we talking? Why is the word funeral? Why is death associated with being awake? See how they are planting subconscious messages in you. They want you to feel death. They want you to be the low vibration. And it's the same with mourning. Mourning is an expression of sorrow for someone's death. They're always associating death because these people they're running a death cult. It's a death cult. It's a satanic cult. A job is Hebrew for prosecution. Soldier is a soul dyer. If you go into the army, you're a soul dyer. That they just use your soul to die. And then you just wasted your time in physical incarnation. Because you never die. You will never ever die. Ever. You're eternal. You never ever die. This body is just a suit. So you're a soul dyer if you go in the soul, if you're a soldier. S-O-L means soul or sun, because the sun is a soul. Music. So we say music. See, M-E-U-sick. Music. See how it's me-you-sick? Music. Me-you-sick, because music is frequency, and frequency penetrates your body without your consent. The music we listen to today is making people sick. mentally, emotionally, and physically. What you hear, what you see, goes into the mind, goes into the body and the spirit. It destroys you. It's hypnotism. Music is hypnotic. It's a form of hypnosis. When you listen to music and you can't think. You can't think. It makes your body move without you even being conscious of it. It's hypnosis. It makes you sick. The right music is good, don't get me wrong, but the music they use today is making me and you sick. And that's another one. When we say things are sick, oh, that's really good. So we say sick. It's another spell that you're casting. You're calling yourself sick. Your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference. You're calling yourself sick, ill. Spellcasters will often use the word abracadabra when spellcasting. This is because the word abracadabra in magic means I create when I speak. Every word you say is molding your mind in some form of way. Not only is it molding your mind, you're casting frequency, you're producing frequency, light waves, sound waves into the ether around you. Okay? This is another good one. Look at the 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, U. They tell you to speak it in this order as well. They teach you this order, this exact order. A, E, I, O, U. I, O, U. Subconscious spell on yourself without you even realizing it. It's a subliminal message that you will not realize, but your subconscious will pick up. We are taught to speak them in the specific arrangement because the last 3 letters have a double meaning. You were never taught how the history of money, how it works, and how to obtain it, because your role in this system is to remain a slave. So they teach you this, A-E-I-O-U, and they do that when you are very, very, very young, because since the age of 7, so from 0 to 7, that is when your subconscious mind is wide open. So when a baby, why do you think they pick up on everything you do? If you say one thing, the next day they're saying it. It's because their subconscious is wide open to programs. Why? Because they're trying to learn what this world is. So their subconscious mind is wide open, taking in everything that you do, everything you say, your body language, the way you handle yourself, the way you talk to other people. They're taking in every little thing you say and do and making that a program so they can understand this world and the people around them. And at the age of 7, that is when their programs are written for life, and they will basically go off them for the rest of their lives. This is why it's important to look after what you do in front of your children, not just what you say, your body language, the things you eat. They pick up on everything. They're trying to make a sense of the world. From the age of 0 to 7 in school, you learn this. I owe you. It belittles you. You owe nothing. No one has right over you. This should not be real. There should be no government. We should not have. No one should be over you. Everyone is equal. Everyone is the I. Everyone is God manifested. So we don't owe anyone anything, but it's a spell in your subconscious. Signature. Sign your nature. Sig is sigil. A sigil is a magic. Is a symbol used for magic. A sigil nature. So your signature is your sigil, and when you sign that, it gives mental power over you. Once you have put your sigil into that paper, they now have mental power over you. It's magic. It's all a form of magic and brainwashing. Okay, when we say the word we're trying to use God to manifest that. Okay, because the comes from theo in Greek, which means God. So when we say theology, ology means the study of. Theology is the study of God. That's what theology is. Theo, when we say I am we are using God to bring it into existence. God is the I am. The I behind you, the I am, that's God. That's what manifested everything in your life. Everything in your life, that invisible creator inside of you has manifested everything you physically see. You are the invisible architecture, the invisible artist behind your life. The I, that's God. The only one. So when we use the word I am, well, this is how to bring the power to yourself. When we say I am strong, I am wealthy, I am free, I am financially free. When we say this, that I am, this is when we are bringing, we are directing vibrational frequency into our own being, into our own magnetic field, and into our own life. This is how we direct vibrational frequency and direct our word. So when we say I am directing my frequency into myself to manifest something external. Also known as the chi or the prana. It's just basically your magnetic energy. So speaking has the ability to change your genes and DNA expressions. When we listen to affirmations over and over and say them over and over for a long period of time, your genes will change. And your genes are a code for your external world, pretty much. Anything that is written in your genes will manifest into your external world. Okay? All of this is just done by your intentions, thoughts, and what you say. And if you think this is a conspiracy theory was a term invented by the CIA to discredit, confuse, ridicule, and disqualify any alternative information that contradicted the mainstream narrative. That's what a conspiracy theory was. It was created by the CIA for any belief that went against their mainstream narrative. Hollywood, the biggest spellcasting scheme, cult in the world. Hollywood. I'm going to make a whole lecture on this. Hollywood is Holywood, which comes from a holly tree, which the ancient Phoenicians and magicians used to take the holy wood. It was called holy wood because it was the best wood to make wands out of and cast spells. That's why they get their name. And what is the films? All the films, all the music that comes out of Hollywood, it's all a form of magic, subconscious spells to fill your mind with ideology, fill your mind with this narrative. That's what they're doing through the movies and the music. Anyways, I hope you like this lecture. Thank you all for joining the Real University. I hope you're all learning a lot here, and looking forward to making some more awareness for you and more knowledge. Have an amazing day, people. Today, we're going to be talking about numerology and the numbers. So first of all, the numbers that we see are the symbols used for numbers, because the numbers itself are not the symbols. Numbers are energy. They are things that exist within our consciousness. Everything we see exists in our consciousness. There is nothing outside of you that is not inside of you. So every number corresponds to you and your consciousness and your body, because as above, so below. What is without is within. So the symbols used to determine numbers are produced by the angles. So 1 has 1 angle, 0 has 0 angles. So we're looking at the angles of these symbols. They're also sigils. You see, what we see with our eyes is going into the mind, and the mind is determining what that symbol is. So essentially, symbols are mental. They trigger thoughts. They trigger things within your consciousness, within your subconscious. That's why symbols are very powerful. When you look at the symbol of Nike, when you visually see it, it triggers the association of thoughts within your consciousness. So symbols are very powerful. So the number one is God, the one source, the one consciousness. The represents God, which is a microcosm of you, your consciousness. That's why the number one is also determined as one line. One I is the highest, but it's the consciousness within yourself that is God. It's the I am, where all masculine is masculine, which is one line, because the number one is a masculine force. I'm not saying God is masculine. I'm saying the number one is a masculine number. It represents action. This is the pure force. Okay. The universe is created by these two energies, these two polar opposite energies, which is represented in the physical world as the sun and the moon. The sun and the moon are physical manifestations, positive and negative, light and dark. Light and darkness. Everything that exists in light exists in darkness. A physical self, it also represents division. So this is division between spirit and matter, the consciousness and the body. You, which is symbolized as the two pillars in Freemasonry. You have the left, you have a left side of your body, you have a right side of your body. You have a left ear and a right ear. This is the number two. You are split down the middle. Your body is split straight down the middle, and you have two sides of everything. Brain, which is the number one, and this is two. So two represents the division, spirit, brings into light out of the darkness. So now what do I mean? The subconscious is the hidden aspect of your mind. This is the hidden self, the shadow self, where all of your little things that you do. Now, what's an example? Do you really love the person you're in a partnership with, or relationship? Well, sorry, it's not God, but inside of the triangle. This is the triad. Okay, this represents the three aspects of your consciousness: thoughts, emotions, and actions. These three things to create, there must be thought, an emotion, and an action. These three things are foundation. If you can't sit there and meditate, you'll be in balance. There must be thoughts, emotions, and actions. Now, the daytime represents action. Okay? The nighttime represents thoughts and action. At the nighttime, people tend to reflect. People are alone. You're by yourself mainly, or you're in bed. It's you and your mind. This represents the winter time also. The winter time also represents life, resurrection. Jesus was in the cave for 3 days, always transforming into new and bigger things. You'll get some lectures soon on it. But that is very so the top three spheres representing the triangle with the eye in it. If you know anything about Kabbalah, you'll understand. Now, number 4, this represents foundation. You have a fourfold nature. You have 4 corners on a table. This is the foundation of yourself. Now, the foundation of yourself is mental, astral, etheric, physical, which is, you also have 4 directions: north, east, west, and south. 4 physical elements, 4 stages of consciousness, 4 seasons in the year, 4 gospels, 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. Now, consciousness, which are the 4 elements, okay? So you have air, which is the mental aspect. You have fire, which is the spiritual aspect. The soul is in the heart. Now, what is the soul? The soul is the essence of you.